the wedding that war couldn't stop.
His face bore the scars of war, deep, raw, and unhealed. His left eye, now just a hollow reminder of the battlefield's brutality. His body, weakened by wounds, sat in a wheelchair. And yet, as she walked toward him in her ivory dress, smiling through tears, Mykhailo knew war had taken many things from him. But not this. Not love. Not her. Vladyslava had always believed in fate. The first time she met Mykhailo, he had been full of life, with eyes that burned with passion and a laugh that could disarm anyone. He was a soldier, a protector, and the love of her life. But war changes everything. The explosion that took his eye could have taken his life. The shrapnel that tore through his body could have taken his future. Yet through months of pain, surgeries, and rehabilitation, there was one thing he never let go of: his promise to her. Lying in a hospital bed, barely able to move, Mykhailo had whispered to Vladyslava, "When I stand again, it will be as your husband." She had smiled through her tears, gripping his hand, silently promising she would wait. And now, here they were. The wedding wasn't in a grand cathedral or a sunlit garden. Instead, it was inside the Superhuman Center, a facility for soldiers who had lost pieces of themselves to war. The room smelled of medicine, and the walls were lined with the quiet suffering of heroes. But today, it wasn't a place of loss. It was a place of love. As Vladyslava stood before him, Mykhailo reached for her hand, his grip still weak but determined. "I thought I lost everything," he murmured, his voice thick with emotion. "But you are my everything." Tears shimmered in her eyes. "You came back to me. That's all that matters." Their vows were spoken not just with words, but with the weight of everything they had endured. Love wasn't just in the promises they made. It was in the silent moments of pain they had shared, in the nights she sat beside his hospital bed. In the mornings he woke up grateful to see her face.
As they exchanged rings, the small crowd of nurses, soldiers, and loved ones erupted into cheers. This was more than a wedding. It was proof that war could break bodies but never hearts. And as Mykhailo kissed his bride, scars and all, the world faded away. Because love had already won.